Evil Geniuses as well used to be Counter Logic Gaming Europe.
Yep. Everyone that touches CLG just does amazingly. It's great.
Kobe24 is a great caster. Oh my God.
Woo!
Okay.
Man, these guys, they just do everything. But of course, this is about Good Game University and Vulcan. We are in a Champions Select. Let's break it down right away. Jay Spandout.
All right, so Jay Spandout. I wonder if we're going to see the Armor guys banned out or picked very early, because Tarek-Jarvan combination is something that Vulcan lost to and something they also picked against Team Solomid yesterday and lost with. It's something they'd like to go with almost every game if they can.
Yeah, well, you're just seeing, the bans come far and fast. Psycho Sid getting banned out, the Shen taken away. He had picked that both times last week. We've seen that actually banned both times here.
So that is really one of his main things. So
Yeah.
they've been able to get rid of that entirely. Twitch, of course, getting rid of Don't Mash Me's threat on it. In the game that Good Game University had previously today, it was?
Yeah, Dignitas.
Yeah. Man, I'm scattered.
Yeah, it's
What's
okay.
going
Yeah,
on?
GGU versus Dig. And the thing is, like we talked about roster swaps, and Mashme actually did very, very well in lane. He was up in minions against QDPie for most of that game on Nunu Caitlyn. So as far as Bloodwater joining as a support is concerned, that lane's been doing very well for them. So certainly banning out Mashme's big hyper carries, that's pretty important.
Jin Zhao, of course, the other band. So the Armor Shredder guy's not gone yet. This might be... There's also... Okay, so there's a lot available here. There's Vi, Tarek, Jarvan that may all have a chance of being picked. I wonder what GGU is going to go with.
I mean, we saw Nintendo, I guess he's kind of stopped playing Olaf. He used to be famous for that one, but he let that one slip through a number of times now. But he's been playing damage-based junglers. So yeah, like the J4 is something I would expect to see as well. GGU is also a team who's been playing generally aggressive, like damage-oriented champions. Rumble, of course, the Cat Bandit was already there. And interesting, they're looking at Kha'Zix here, and normally that was Shifter who played that. So I'm wondering if Zion Spartan or Fat knows that guy.
The Kha'Zix nerfs have went through as well if they decide to lock it in, which they do. So this is the Kha'Zix. Of course, the patch we're on right now is one before live. So it hit live servers, I believe, 3 days ago. Kha'Zix nerf, tons of physical damage right into the Tarek-Jarvan combination, which Vulcan ran and likes to run every time they get a chance to.
And Nintendo is actually looking at Trundle again.
Oh, I'd love it if he picked Trundle.
I mean, we saw it last time against Curse, and it was a close game. We'll see if he can pull that one back out. And of course, yeah, you just mentioned the armor combo, right? Like, Kha'Zix has got to feel sad right now.
Yeah, but the armor combo, if you pick Trundle with it, is going to be able to give Trundle the tankiness that the other team has. I mean, he's the guy who steals your resistances, and one of the reasons he hasn't been as huge in Season 3 is people aren't building any resistances, so Trundle has nothing to steal, but you pick that straight up to Tarek-Jarvan, and suddenly Nintendo can become a monster on Trundle.
I would like to see that, actually. We talked about Nintendo. We were watching their game against Dignitas, and sort of comparing junglers, and Nintendo, you said, was a guy who tends to prioritize farm a lot less than most other junglers, and like almost falls behind because of it.
Well, sometimes Nintendo gets into a point where he just stops farming.
Yeah.
And he has to really make sure he doesn't let that happen just in general. That last game against Dig, he was about 100 minion kills behind Crumbs, and you really just outpace yourself if that happens in certain situations. If he does that on Trundle, he can at least throw up pillars and use his ultimate a bit better.
Yeah.
So that's actually what happened in GGU's game against Curse last week when he picked Trundle the first time of the tournament, and it was actually pretty effective despite him not getting the farm.
So I'm looking at these picks right here, and I'm thinking back to like CLG in like Season 1, where they ran Trundle Needly as the poke comp like team, and they built the team around that. Does this look like this to you, or is this just like good champions for them right here?
I think you're right. This looks a lot like a poke game for Good Game University. Zion Spartan with a mid Nidalee, Fat if he's top lane Kha'Zix. The Void Spikes are amazing, crazy poke if they decide to do that. And Trundle was the jungler you run in poke comps way back in the day because he is so good at disengaging with that pillar. And of course, Armor and Armor Shred is the name of the game for Vulcan. They're coming right back at GGU.
They literally have 3 area of effect Armor Shredders in Misfortune.
If she gets the Black Cleaver, of course, yeah.
Well, I mean, they have 3 with J4, Renekton, and Tarek even.
Right. So, yeah, that's the Armor Shred comp.
Yeah, like,
that's the one.
Bullet Time is going to kill some fools.
That's the one that does it. Armor Shred coming out from Jarvan's Q, Tarek's Shatter, and the Slice and Dice empowered version for Renekton if they choose to do that. So that's pretty dangerous for GGU if they're not going to be able to disengage.
If they get, Cataclysm, he just yells Demacia and walls show up, and we'll see how that goes. GGU, Chris, there we go. Mashme picking up Ezreal.
It's a poke comp through and through.
Yeah, he also doesn't want to get caught by Jarvan.
Yeah, so the support for a poke comp would probably be a Sona or a Lulu if they're looking for the disengage, and there's the Lulu right away.
All right, there you go. GGU with a very clear plan in front of them. I think Vulcan at this point would realize, guys, I think they're running a long-ranged roster here.
And
Maybe.
for Vulcan, it's like, all right, how do we engage? This is the only thing that's important to us, is how do we create a place to team fight right now? They still need to pick probably their mid laner, so something that Rise kind of has to run in. They already have the Brawl win, but this is something that Mandatory Cloud really is comfortable with.
Yeah, I think it'll work pretty well for them. And they do have Jarvan at least, right? EQ, Flash, R, someone's going to get caught at some point with that. And if they can follow bullet time, I guess that looks happy.
I'd want to actually see like a Morgana or something, because it would allow them to just run through all of the crowd control, but if they go with Rise, at least they can get the Rune Prisons onto the rest of the combinations.
Okay, well, we're waiting the last 10 seconds for that to lock in. We'll see if Vulcan wants to change that strategy up. I mean, we used to see mid Bruises as well. Like, they could always theoretically pick a top laner at this point. Well, actually, he's still clicking around at different things.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
Karthus?
He's went with the Karthus, so he's going to be trying to get the Wall of Pain and then running in.
All right, and they've actually, just with that as well, added a mix of damage to themselves. They at least have a have some magic damage to go to that physical damage bullet time.
You're absolutely right. So just to recap these teams, it looks like Vulcan, they have the triple armor shredders on top of the Misfortune ult, and then Karthus running in right at the end if they're able to get the slow in. They need to engage on Good Game University's huge poke composition. So GGU splitting up their roster entirely. Zion Spartan comfortable in Italy top lane, now having to run it mid. The bottom lane, so poke and disengagey. Trundle all about the disengage. This will either be an amazingly aggressive dive game if Vulcan wins, or a painful, painful loss for Vulcan if the poke comp can take them down.
Well, and we'll hope to see, what happens, of course, right? It's going to be an interesting, very big mix of styles. You can see, of course, the players on your screen. Now you see us on the screen, and these guys are fighting for their first win of LCS. One of them's going to come out ahead and looking happy and finally have a 1 in that win column. Ooh, Smithy's waiting for gank. There's the EQ.
That ward didn't see him, so they're going to be able to wait this one out if he wants to wait for his EQ to come up again.
Yeah, Mashme's waiting right there. Bloodwater still in the brush. Of course, they've got a stun from Tarek. Smithy moves forward. They're going to go for it right here. They're going to land the stun. Arcane Shift. EQ cleanses. He's going to go for the flash pretty soon. Exhaust is on him still. Look at the damage output. And there's First Blood. I can hear Zuna yelling very loudly.
I wonder if they want to get it started earlier in the game rather than later. We'll have to see how that develops for you.
Yeah, a nice ward down in this brush. He's going to watch for lane ganks from the enemy jungler. They see Nintendo once again. He's going to get the pillar down again. Here comes the damage on a ManCloud. Needly is 6. Exhaust goes on him. But here comes Smithy. Can they turn this one around? ManCloud getting dropped so very low. Does not have much of anywhere to go. Zion Spartan's going to jump back forward. There's the kill picked up. Gets out of range, but here comes the Requiem. Is it going to be enough damage? Zion Spartan looking for the heal. Nope. EQ from Smithy's going to find that one. I'm surprised he shifted out.
And Nintendo X caught out with 10 health as well as Psycho Sid 1v1 tower dives. Fat.
Wow, really good pickup by Psycho right there. And Fat not having the best game right now, but Psycho Sid, he's a tanky man.
On Italy and make things happen. Maybe he's just trying to rescue the lane. Psycho Sid going for Fat. Zion Spartan on the chase.
All right, he dived right through the minion wave, dodged the javelin. Ezra ult came by as well. The entire team trying to help out here. Psycho Sid does have flash. He's got the pillar on. A lot of damage, pops the ult as well. But here comes ManCloud. The wall of pain is there. He's going to flash away from that one. Where's the damage going to come from? Zion Spartan, will he look for another javelin? Psycho Sid is low. He's still chasing down Smith. He's going to go for the knockup. Surprise! And now Zion Spartan's going to turn. He says, okay, Xmithy, I'll go for you. Nintendo, great pillar. He's going to flash that one. Still chasing down onto Xmithy. He's trying to get away. Wall of pain there as well.
Oh, man.
And there's a javelin through the exhaust. ManCloud's going to walk away pretty much alive, but 1 for nothing. Fun flash for it. That was pretty impressive there.
Wow.
But Vulcan put so much damage down. They've got control over Dragon. They're going to look to extend this gold lead unless GGU can stop them here.
Looks like they might have been looking for a fight, but the pillar went down early. The wall goes down, and wow, Fact jumps in.
Yeah, he had the slow available. He burned the flash from Smithy, who had no mana. Another pillar there onto Muff and Cutie. Can they follow this one up? Nintendo looking a little bit defensive. A ward goes down in the back. There's a nice javelin. Can they find another pillar soon? Can they find the damage? The flash in from Fat. Muff and Cutie getting low. Zion Spartan's going to pick that one up. Now, can they turn this around? They've got a 5-on-4 on the map. I mean, Vulcan, they've got Jarvan. I mean, he can dunk that team and start fights.
He can dunk them to a certain extent, but there's a lot of people that can just hop right out of that. Ezreal, Nidalee, and Kha'Zix can all go, and here comes round 19 of them trying to engage. They get Nintendo!
They got him right away. Fat forced to jump away as well. Smithy's still up in the front. Here comes the Requiem as well. What are they going to look for here? He's going to have the cooldowns back in just a second. Nice disengage. Bloodwater also forced to flash, and that is, what, 2 flashes and a kill force now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. I mean, if he's going for this, if he's just going for the straight up poke, that means more Mystic Shots, more W's. Here's the fight in mid.
And they've got Nintendo with the ult on. Of course, Fat forced to jump away again. We're hearing yelling from Zuna. What are they going to look for? An exhaust on Zion Spartan. Good poke disengage. Mashme towards the front lines, actually. A lot of damage onto him. He's forced to run away as well. Fat should have his W back up. Iceborne Gauntlet slow. Another Javelin. Xmin's going to look for something. Does not put the E down first. Oh, the damage from the ultimate so high. They picked up one. Here comes Psycho Sid. He's going to find Zion Spartan. Can they get the damage onto him? They put the exhaust. Zion's still getting burned to death. He is going to fall down. That's 2 for nothing so far. Will they find anything else? ManCloud, Zuna, they're still there. The poke, somewhat available. Nintendo looks to re-engage. Zuna gets crushed right there by Mashme. The pillar helping that one out. Mashme taking Qs. They've got to be a little bit careful about that. And there's the ult. What's it going to be for Requiem? Mashme, he is not going to fall down. The shield a bit late, but he still lives.
The thing that happens, you know, another thing that happens when fighting poke comps is you get tired of it, but now GGU actually looking to push into Vulcan. That may be their mistake.
It's taking a lot of damage to Nintendo. He has ulted there. There's the dunk back forward. He's going to be forced to flash away again.
Oh,
However,
wow.
a lot of crowd control. Are they going to find ManCloud? Just must run away. Nice heal comes out there from Muff and Cutie. And they're re-engaging those. Sid taking a lot of punishment. The Iceborne Gauntlet really helping them. He actually goes back in to buy time for his team. There was 1 kill picked up. It's time for them to look for something else. Zuna gets poked down. Smithy, Muff and Cutie still around there as well. But it's a 5-on-4. They might actually look for this turret this time.
GGU maybe lulling Vulcan a little bit. They didn't expect them to invade their own Baron area, and now the mid turret goes down. People on Vulcan are low. This push could continue.
They have a cannon minion there, and there's no bullet time to stop the minion wave. Smithy goes back in. They found Zion. They found Bloodwater. A lot of damage. Zion's going to jump back. ManCloud in the front. Smithy goes down. They found 1 for 0 so far. And V are going to back right. Oh, the Javelin from Zion. Spartan picks up another. There's the Requiem. Is it going to be enough? No, Fat takes a heal. He's going to be fine. And the push is going to continue.
And they just keep the heals up with Nidalee. They're going in for Zuna. The kills keep going. That's 4.
Oh my gosh, there are 4 now dead right now. Only Muff and Cutie is alive, and GGU are onto the inhibitor. I don't think Tarek, as fabulous as he is, can 1v5 this.
So Vulcan spent so long trying to engage GGU and it just didn't work. And as soon as they got one, they just continued to poke and push, and the inhibitor just broke for them. They were behind on. And GGU needs to just continue the poke here. They know that Don't Match Me is mid, and if they go in for a fight here, Don't Match Me is going to push straight up mid and try to go for Nexus turrets. Vulcan can't engage.
Oh man, and that pillar, of course, stopping the push as well. A stun on Zion Spartan doesn't turn into much. Woof. Muffin taking a lot of damage. Mashme is now putting the minions all the way up into the base. That is going to be some damage. Another pillar goes down. Psycho Sid not able to run very fast. Another Javelin. Here they go. Jumping back from Fat, and there's the Demacia. Smithy is up in there. Bloodwater caught up. Muffin Cutie getting bursted down first. There's the bullet time. Bloodwater's going to get out. The team has disengaged, but they lost Zion Spartan. So that is a 1-for-1. Meanwhile, Mashme has pushed the bottom lane. He's going to find another turret for himself. They traded 1-for-1 and picked up a turret.
So there's the Tear of the Goddess on Fat to make sure he doesn't run out of mana on Kha'Zix, and the blue buff on Zion Spartan. They are going to really siege this. This is the first actual 5-man siege we've seen from GGU all game.
And it's going to be pretty nice, actually, seeing Javelins, Void Spikes, and Mystic Shots come through. And, of course, Mashme with that tier. Oh, they pop the Shirelles, but the slow is there. Can they find the battle? Pillar goes down as well. Look at that, through Shirelle as they disengage.
Not even close. The Shirellia's speed completely destroyed by the Trundle Pillar, and then the Trundle Pillar goes up to make the spears easier to land. Of course, that one misses, but they're going to continue poking down on the mid.
And they're putting down some really good damage. You're just seeing just things fly out there. The Trundle Pillar goes down to make just more slows. They've got a purple turret. Minions by themselves pushed up the top lane. That is a really good pickup. Here comes the engage. Smithy looks for the dunk. Here he goes. He's going to find Nintendo a bit of damage. Look at the counter damage, though. Holy cow. Nintendo is tanky. Zion Spartan, though, not liking his life very much, nor is Bloodwater. They are very, very low. However, GGU manages to disengage again.
Trundle just saying, hey, Jarvan, you're trapped in here with me as the fight keeps going. Oh, man!
Oh, man, they get one from Fat, and 1, 2, 3. They're picking up everything. Fat, he jumps away. However, he's going to fall down immediately to Karthus, but that was a 4-for-1 right there, and they're ready to keep pushing.
They have the Nidalee healing. They know there's an open inhibitor in the mid, and it's just Psycho Sid to defend. They might be able to end it on this push.
Well, the inhibitor is down. They've already got 2 super minions as well, and they've got 30 seconds until the next respawn. They group up. They go for the bottom turret right now. Psycho Sid goes in onto Mashme. He's going to take some counterattack damage, but he is still a pretty tanky man. Goes down to half, and the team is still here to push. Ezreal ult goes down as well. That is 1 turret dead. Psycho Sid goes in. He's been sheeped. He's going to fall down. That is the kill picked up. The ace, 15 seconds on respawn. Good game. University are going to look to find their first game, their first win here in the LCS. The Nexus is all it's going to be, and that's going to be theirs.
And they did it with 2 really subs, a new Bloodwater in, down Spartan in mid, Fat in the top lane. They pick up their first win with so much coordination in this poke composition. Really good